Julie Schifani. I am a certified professional in human resources, and I have about 20 years of experience working with people and challenging organizations and taking everyone to the next level. And I'm going to help you do that today as well. And before we get started, I want to share with you one of my very favorite quotes, and that is this: "Your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there." So today, we're going to take you out of your comfort zone just a little bit when we talk about difficult conversations, specifically how to give an employee performance improvement feedback. I'm going to share with you 3 simple guidelines that will help you have this conversation and make it as smooth as possible. Step 1, planning and preparing. This can be the most important step that you take. Be sure that you understand exactly what the performance issue is. Have several examples ready to share with the employee. You'll also want to understand how long has the employee been with the company, how long has the employee been in this role, and what training and resources has the employee already been provided. I would also like to share something that I do, and that's actually practice the conversation. I like to practice with a trusted confidant, a spouse, someone that I know that I can trust, and to keep this conversation confidential. Remember, when you practice this conversation, be sure to use the exact words that you're going to use with the employee. And your tone can be just as important as the words that you use. At the end of the practice session, ask this person for feedback and adjust your conversation as necessary going forward. Step 2, actually having the conversation. Start by scheduling it, of course, and ask the employee if they have time to talk with you about the McKinsey project, as an example. Whenever the employee is asked the question, it gives them a feeling of control and authority as well, because you really want this to be a two-way conversation. Once you sit down with the employee, I think it can be a little scary getting started, and that's okay. What I like to do is I always start with something positive about the employee. And remember not to use the word "but" after you offer the good feedback. So for example, it may sound something like this: "Pat, I want you to know that you've done a great job with the analytics on the McKinsey project, and we really appreciate that. And we've also noticed that you've slipped behind on all of your other deliverables. Is there something that's going on that we can talk about?" It's okay to take a pause here. Silence can be golden. Even though it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, it gives Pat a moment to reflect on what could possibly be going on and how to share that with you. And while you have this pause, be thinking about maybe what some of those specifics were in case this has taken Pat by surprise. You'll also want to ask Pat if there's anything that you can do to help, or if there are any additional training courses or resources Pat could use. And if it's personal in nature, don't forget that you can also offer EAP. Last step is the closing. The closing is what I would like to refer to as the commitment and consequences. An example could sound something like this: "Pat, thanks so much for being open today in our conversation about the McKinsey project. I really appreciate that. I also appreciate your commitment to making things better. And I want you to know that I'm committed as well in getting you the training scheduled next week like we talked about." In closing, I would also like to ask you, Pat, to send me an email recapping our conversation. When you put this onus on the employee, it makes sure that you have a very good understanding and that the two of you are on the same page. It gives Pat the opportunity to put it in her own words. I know that you've got this. Until next time, I'm Julie Schifani, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at juliesphr@gmail.com. Thanks and have a great day.